Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to a brand new episode of Flesh Wound Fist, where we review and discuss your and our favorite action films. This is the world's first and only combination trivia host and professional wrestling announcer of Chilean descent that currently resides in Southern California. From trivia nights to title fights, your voice of choice, the stunningly stupendous student of stupidity, Ozzy V. And with me, as always, on this program, first in the Northern California Bay Area, world-famous juggler Greg Larson. How you doing, Greg?
Doing well, man, but your intro took longer than the actual title fight of Ronda Rousey recently, so congratulations. How are you doing, Ozzy?
I'll take that compliment. That's a good one. I like it. Also with us, ladies and gentlemen, Flesh Wound producer Todd. How you doing, Todd?
I'm trying to figure if that meant he was taking too long or not long enough. I'm not sure, but I feel like it was the first one.
The Ronda Rousey fight.
I understood the context.
Okay,
of the joke.
I wasn't sure if you knew.
Yes, I have social media, and that's all that was on my feed Saturday night.
Okay. I actually had to work a prom last Saturday, and it's a high school, obviously.
You say don't watch private school, kids.
Yeah. But I'm helping cars park out on the lawn.
Making sure no teachers are in there with students.
But, it's extended. It's like overflow parking. Kids are still coming in. It's 8:00 at this point. And there's I swear this dude came straight out of a cartoon. If there was a live action Elmer Fudd minus the speech impediment, this was the guy. He just had this hunch over like this, and he had his arms looking like this, and he's walking through all the cars that are trying to park, and he finds me. He's like, "Are you with this venue?" I said, "No, I'm not. I'm actually Ozzy. I'm the lead for this team for security." He says, "Could you let somebody know if they don't turn this down in 5 minutes? I'm gonna call the police, and they're gonna shut this down." I said, "Okay. I'll go ahead. I'll look for the event coordinator. I'll let her know, and we'll get that turned down for you. I'm sure it's not an issue. But tell them 5 minutes." I said, "Okay, well, sir, it's going to take me a few minutes to find the actual event coordinator. And then, we're going to need to communicate to the DJ. So we might need a little bit longer than 5 minutes." And then he gave me this look on his face where he wasn't sure if I was trying to be sarcastic or just kind of smart alecky or not. So when he immediately fired back with, "What's your name?" I wasn't sure where there was going to go afterward. So, "My name's Ozzy. I'm with the security team here." "Okay, 5 minutes." I was like, "Well, we discussed this. I'll do what I can." And then he kind of gave one last stink eye look before walking off. Like I said, Elmer Fudd minus speech impediment.
So now you know human Elmer Fudd and human Homer Simpson. Look at that. I knew that would pop you.
Yep. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this week we are reviewing and discussing Hard Ticket to Hawaii, released in 1987. Todd, do you have a trailer available?
Oh, absolutely.
Hard Ticket to Hawaii. It has it all. The awesome, pristine beauty of the land, the warm caress of perfect beaches, the tantalizing wetness of the blue Pacific. Hawaii. It's a great place to visit, but you wouldn't want to die there. See, 4 of America's finest, ready and willing to pay the price for paradise. They're quit. On this mission, there's hard flying, hard playing, hard fighting.
Agents are everywhere.
Have no mercy. Kill them all.
This ain't no hula. It's a hard ticket to Hawaii.
That was the trailer for Hard Ticket to Hawaii, released on March 27th, 1987, rated R with a runtime of 96 minutes, written and directed by Andy Sidaris, starring Ronn Moss, Dona Speir, Hope Marie Carlton, and Harold Diamond. Initial thoughts on this? I think, even though this was my first time watching the film, I think I had seen it labeled on a VHS, specifically because something about this movie reminds me of Skinamax.
Oh,
like this is like 100% the 2-3 in the morning Cinemax movie that's playing. But it's not just nudity. There is just some of the stupidest comedic violence you can find, and it's actually a good combination.
Oh, wow.
It was weird. I'm watching this. I'm like, what? I am being entertained.
You weren't this entertained the first one.
That's what the strange thing is. That's what I don't know what it is. I mean,
so
I think
pretty much you're telling me if Lost Skeleton had some things where
could we not? Could we not? I don't want to get yelled at again. Could we not? No, we're not. No, we're talking about real movies, Greg. Real movies.
Real movies like Hard Ticket to Die, Greg. Don't screw this up.
Wow.
Movies where people are actually trying to act seriously and not just acting goofy for the sake
of
acting goofy.
I'm glad to hear that because we got
They're
9
trying.
more.
They're trying.
I'm glad to hear that because we got 8 more of these movies.
Holy cow.
Wait till Buff Bagwell shows up.
No, but there's I don't know how to describe it. There's some sort of weird sort of charm with this movie that it just hit with me.
It's like low budget Magnum PI with boobs and blood and over the top violence and rubber snakes. It's just fun. I'm surprised, Ozzy. I'm impressed. I know you're gonna get some cool points with Dan in them.
I think what it might be for this one compared to like a lot of the other just flat out bad sex comedies we've seen in the past. And like, don't get me wrong, like there's some stupid lines in this, like them finding a case and her saying, I always do my best thinking while I'm in the jacuzzi. And like the next shot is them topless in the jacuzzi, and they need to be topless in the jacuzzi just to open a case. Like that is utterly ridiculous. But the fact of meshing that in with some of the corniest violence there is I don't know. It's a weird combination, but it happened to work with me. I can't explain it. I don't know. Maybe I was in a really good mood when I watched it, I guess. How about initial thoughts for you guys?
Boobs will do that to you. And I am surprised this episode is not Flesh Wound After Dark. Like this.
To be fair, we did cover the entire series on Flesh Wound After Dark. So.
Fair enough. So, man, I don't know what to say for my initial thoughts, just because
this was a great pick. This was you, and that's what I was like. No, we got to start at the beginning with Malibu Express.
Yeah,
although technically you can argue 7 is before, but whatever. We won't get into that.
I'm just mad right now, just because how are you okay with this, but so against any of the Larry Blamire? Anyway, I was excited for this. I love some stupidity. I love some ridiculousness. Yeah, definitely first time watch, but I'm just mad at Ozzy.
Here's the thing. Here's where it comes down to. No, here's why. And this is why it should eliminate any confusion, is because as terrible as the acting was in this movie, nobody was trying to be silly. Nobody was trying to be goofy. They were genuinely trying to act serious. And that's all I want in a movie. I don't want people to force themselves to be funny, kind of like to extra emphasize a joke. Just play your role straight and let the writing do its thing. Every fucking Larry Blamire film, excuse me, has been this stupid, silly high school wink, wink. Look at me. I have a video camera. Let's make a movie, kids. Like, that is what drives me up the wall. Here, it's not good. It is not good acting. I will tell you this.
Gremlins 2, which is a wink at the audience.
No, but no. That's Gremlins doing that. Everybody, the humans in the movie, they're playing it seriously. Daniel Clamp, you think he is going, like, he thinks himself is going to die when battling that gremlin.
That's not a fair comparison, but it is a little bit more tongue-in-cheek, but they aren't playing it tongue-in-cheek.
It's the gremlins that are acting silly, and if you have a fictional character that's acting silly, that can work because you're making up the rules as you go for this fictional type creature. But since I know what human beings are like, everybody who played a human being in that movie played the role seriously.
Like, I'll give you an example that I know you haven't seen these movies. There's a movie called Hobgoblins, which is horrible, but it's funny because they're all trying their best and they're not making a joke out of it. They're taking the material seriously. It's a bad movie, but it works because of that. The second one, which they made like 20 years later, they're playing the joke. They're trying to make it like a bad movie, and it completely sucks because they're trying and not just letting it happen.
It's the same neurons that fire off in my brain as when somebody tries to explain a joke. And at that point, just shut up. I don't want to hear it. Just stop. You failed at telling the joke. You're done. That's in here in this movie. Nobody is trying to be silly or goofy like in those Blumeyer films. They're genuinely trying their
that's all I hear.
best. They're trying their best here. And yes, it is not good, but they are still trying their best. As ridiculous as it is, they're playing it straight and playing it serious. That's the difference.
I don't like you, Ozzy.
He wanted you know what? I'm glad because when after we did the first one, it was funny because we threatened to do like all 10 of them in a row every fist till we were done, and then we didn't. But now it's like it's not a threat anymore, so it's part of the fun. Now I'm just looking forward to the next one in the series, Picasso Trigger.
Oh God!
Oh, Jesus.
So are we still on initial thoughts?
Todd.
I mean, obviously, I love this series. Andy Sidaris. It's the 3 B's: boobs, bullets, and blood. That's like his mantra.
Interesting, because I was thinking boobs, bazookas, and blow up dolls. So.
We get the blow up doll looking women later in the series, but we'll save that. But I found these Malibu Express was on a constant loop on like HBO Cinemax when I was a kid, like in the early, I think that was 84. Either way, so that was like what really and it was like, oh, it's like an X-rated movie. Like you're not supposed to watch. It was like a big deal, like being able to sneak and watch Malibu Express. But like the series as it progresses, like by the time we hit Hard Ticket to Hawaii, the second one, I feel like we're really like leaning into the Magnum PI. Even the way we explain out the way, like, oh no, the guy in the first one left to go be an actor is just dumb. But I mean, and because they have the poster in the room, there's a poster for 7, which is another early one too. But this is young teenage Todd was definitely a fan of the Andy Sidaris films.
I wonder why.
So there is a lot of stupid, ridiculous lines and a lot of gags, but probably the one that made me like just tilt my head in confusion, and my wife was in the room as well.
Oh God, did she
made her like look at the TV like, what? Like, just in terms of a response, is when they're going after the last guy, Mr. Chang, and then one of them says, "It's over," and his reply is, "In a pig's ass." What? Like, I don't know if the director said, think of the most random thing you could say as a response to that, and that's what he said. But it just cracked me up the most, just because you would never even think that could even be a response to anything. I mean, other than where does a pig's feces come out of? That's the only question that would have that as a valid answer. So the fact of it coming up as it did was hilarious. How about you guys?
So there's a frisbee scene, and
I had that written down.
oh man, like that entire scene is great, and as much as the payoff of that scene, not to spoil things, is great. The seriousness of a guy with an Uzi that's like, let me show you, I'm gonna throw it under my leg and catch it. I'm a badass. Like, it's so dumb, and I love it. That just, yeah, it cracked me up pretty good.
Yeah, it's funny. Like I love that. That would have been my. I have backups, obviously, but like there was a thing. Vinegar Syndrome, the physical media company, they put out every April Fools. They do like a mystery thing, so you're buying something you don't know what it is. And this past, like not this year, last year's was a frisbee. So everyone was like, "Oh, it's Hard Ticket to Hawaii. It's going to be Hard Ticket to Hawaii." It wasn't, but I thought that was funny because because of the famous frisbee scene. I gotta go. There's just one stupid line, and it's one of the girls. I think it's when they're with the valet, and like the guy's like, "You could sit right here on my face."
That was
And
on my list.
Okay, she's like, "Is your nose bigger than your dick?" I was just like, "This is stupid," but that's what I like. These movies, like you can come, oh, these are all like sexist. They're not, because all the women stand up for themselves.
Yep.
They may be living in a sleazy world, but they're not like pushovers. They're all like, and that was like one of like Andy's thing.
Although there was the moment where she was like, "You pretty much raped me last night," and it was just like, whatever.
Although the follow-up to that was, I don't even care about your body anymore. Then the next thing, the girl comes up, "Can I help you with anything?" And the line was, "I'd like a pair of coffee." Like that's great.
Yeah. That was back when Harvey was the thing.
So in terms of critiques, there's something that happened that really like blew my mind, and I don't know why this went through in its final form. I don't know if there was a mistake, but I was watching the subtitles, and when one of the characters mentions about she knows the location of the diamonds, and she's the only one that can retrieve them, because since everybody else is a government employee, they have, or no, that they said since everybody else is Dea, and I'm not Dea. Basically, DEA is what the subtitle said.
Right.
So it's almost like the script said, because you are all DEA, you need to report it. But it sounded like she just said, since you're all Dea, you have to report it. Which how did that get through? How did that get through?
Well, I think they were just going off she's a dumb woman. She just says the letters like the Phoebe. Is that FBI? I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
I just keep thinking of the Kelly Bundy joke when she talks about getting a calendar about the buns of Usk, and then followed up with the buns of Ukla.
Yes.
But how about you guys? Any critiques?
I mean, I am surprised this didn't come up with you, Sir Ozzy, but our intro for what feels like 80s action was such a more badass theme song than what this 80s action film was. I was sorely disappointed by what their theme song was for this movie, that I was just like, come on, man, you guys can do better. That was, and the fact that it featured a snake. I hate snakes, but ultimately the theme song.
And that's usually my line, but the snake looked so fake that it didn't bother me.
That's
like
fair.
It didn't bother me as much as it like any other snake in a movie would have.
It could have been like a sci-fi bad CG snake. I'll take the snake puppet all day over that.
Yeah, and sorry, just to add an extra one, and I apologize, but the fact that the scene where it revealed the snake in the Polaroid, but they it was taken so long ago, but yet they pull it out, and that's when it develops. Like, as if it wouldn't have been developed an hour ago or whenever it was taken. Anyway,
Todd,
I have no critiques. Great pick an extra one, so there we go. This is a masterpiece of cinema.
All right, so I did enjoy it. This is obviously not the perfect film. this is a B movie in every sense. And it's like I said at the beginning, it's a movie that you would have found on Cinemax at 1, 2, 3 in the morning. And if it wasn't for that one day line, I probably would have ranked it higher. But I think considering this film, ranking it a 3.5 from me is pretty good.
That is, I'm astounded.
I had fun with it, and I love the short run times.
He knows that. He knows 90
cheesy-
minutes is the gold.
Yeah, the cheesy, over the top action. It like kind of reminded me of it. I mean, you said Magnum PI. For me, it reminded me a little bit of A-Team.
Same thing. Yeah, that kind of like that genre of show that was super popular in the 80s. You have Magnum PI, Miami Vice, just just those action, like Universal Studios action TV shows that we don't get. That was like that, but you're adding the stuff that guys wanted.
So, but yeah, 3.5 from me. Not a bad score at all coming from me. How about you guys?
I'm mad that you rated it so high, knowing
Greg's like, this was not the purpose when I picked it.
I'm okay with it. I just am mad the dichotomy of your Larry Blamire.
I don't know. Maybe if we watch this like a few months after Dark and Stormy Night, I might have like been more sour on it. But because Dark and Stormy Night is so recent in my head that the bar is still that low.
All right.
Dark and Stormy Night was decent. It was
the
fun
best of his
time
for me.
Awesome.
That word, I do not think it means what you think it means.
Anyway, I'm giving it a 3. It was all right. This one, it had some
That's an anger rating.
But, yeah, I think I'm scoring it less just because I'm mad about everything.
I am a solid 4. I could have went 4.5, but I do like some of the later ones better.
And yeah, it's a fun time. It's great for you have it on in the background. Or you're hanging out with some friends. It's a fun time. Right now it looks like it is not available. Oh, I apologize. Looks like it is available to stream on Plex.
And it's also on Tubi.
Oh, I don't see Tubi here, but
for some reason, Just Watch doesn't always show Tubi. It's weird.
So. Okay. And if anybody has a membership to Flix Fling, it is currently available to stream on that service. Do you guys have anything else before we head out for this evening?
Can't wait for the next one.
All right, so if you happen to be in the Orange County area this week, I'll be hosting trivia this Tuesday at the Rush Bar and Grill in Lake Forest, beginning at 7 o'clock. Also this Wednesday at the Brewery in Placentia, also at 7 o'clock. Both nights are free to play and prizes for the top winning teams. If you guys don't have anything else for this evening, for world-famous juggler Craig Larson and Flesh Wound producer Todd, I'm Ozzy V, and we'll see you next time right here on a new episode of Flesh Wound Fist.